Okay. Okay. So I, I'm dying to know how we found this program.
So after last week's episode and just the absolute shit.
Well, hold on. Wait, I got to do this. Hold on.
Okay, hold
We
on.
gotta- It was I I listened back, and I had a lot of people say that your little jazz interludes and everything were
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
chef's kiss. So
Yeah.
really nice job with that, buddy. You did a hell of a job
Yeah.
given the circumstances.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that edit was something else, I'll tell you that. Uh
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I have a routine, like, we record on Thursdays most nights, and I usually edit the podcast like Sunday morning. I get up, I make my coffee, and I sit down. And this is the first episode where I had to like take a break.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it was, yeah. And I started by just kind of like, usually I know what I have, right? Like the episode, everything's there. It's fine. I know what the audio quality is going to be like. So I had to sit down and like, I had like just so many clips, and I'm like, okay, what the hell do I have, and what can I use? And then I pulled together like, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do like, honestly, what I thought of was, if you watch Shut Up and Sit Down, and they have like an oopsie, and they do like the technically difficult. For some reason,
Yeah.
like that came into my head. Like, okay, I need like a little breaker in between these things. So I had to find some like open source,
It was
yeah,
it was perfect. It was
yeah,
perfect. Everything
yeah,
about it was perfect. You did a great job. I mean,
yeah.
I think we both knew that it was going to be hell for you to piece that together, but given the circumstances, dude, you
Oh,
absolutely crushed it. So
oh, yeah.
tell everybody what we're using here.
We're using a website called Riverside.
Okay. Now, how did
And
you find this?
so I started doing some research after Libsyn shit the bed about like what other like tools are like this browser based like recording, and Riverside just kept coming up over and over again as really good. You can tell it's really good because it's black. The website
Huh.
it's all dark mode all the time. Uh and they had like a Black Friday sale. We're still on a trial of the pro version. And I'm like, you know what? Just screw it. Like, if it doesn't work, then I'm not at anything. And if it does work, yeah. And plus, also apparently, the more we record, the more it trains their AI on our voices. We can make the AI speak as us and say silly things. So I'm looking forward to that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, hell, I mean, like, we're okay. Fine.
Yep.
It's the future we got.
Yep. Oh.
All right. So, given that,
Oh.
I didn't look at the doc until today.
Okay.
So, tell me what this follow up is.
Hey, so obviously last week we talked about Terminal. So I got it right here. If for those of you,
Wow, that's way smaller than I realized.
yeah. For those of you who don't know, Riverside also does video. So apparently I'm also recording video for this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we can see each other, which is
Yeah.
probably bad for an audio podcast. But here it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So we talked about that, and I got an email from Ryan at Terminal. Looking on the website, he's their founder. And he said, like, hey Paul, I'm Ryan from Terminal, the Terminal team. Someone linked me your episode, which I enjoyed listening to today.
The worst possible episode to start listening to, by the way.
uh and basically he said, like, hey, like, the summary is like, hey, like, I'm glad you did that thing, but like, we made a better version of what you did for
get
yourself.
cucked, fucker. Yeah.
I did. Like they have an. I'll put a link in the show notes here. To their documentation. They have an app. It's still in test flight, but I joined the test flight, downloaded it, and it's called like Terminal Calendar Sync. I think it's what it's
Terminal
called.
Companion for iOS.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and I downloaded it. I gave it a try, and I switched over, and I'm using that instead of my stupid little thing now. I emailed back and said, like, hey, like, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. The app works great. I'm using it. Ta-da!
So that's the second time we've talked about a product on here.
Yes.
Now, it's been a few years. When we talked about that calculator and they reached out to us.
Yes.
And
yes.
then somehow through their scouring of what I assume is just like press, right? Just looking for any mention of what they have.
Someone's got a Google alert set up, I'm sure.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
well, that's kind of cool that the founder reached out to you. He didn't offer you anything for free, though, huh?
No. But what are you going to do?
Okay. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to stop using Terminal. You're going to say, you didn't give me anything for free, Ryan, from Terminal.
Yeah, dickhead. Oh.
Yeah, so that thing's actually flash that back up on the screen again. That's way smaller than I realized. It's kind of cute, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's approximately 1 paw wide.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
Yeah.
1.25 paw foreheads.
Okay. Okay. Now this next one, I'm completely perplexed. I don't know why on the earth you need this.
Okay, so if you don't know, USB-C is a hellscape.
Right? You have no idea what you're in for with my topic. But go ahead.
So the USB-C connector supports so many different things, right? There's USB-C power delivery, which is technically USB 2 speeds, but like fast charging. There's USB like 3, there's USB 4, 5, all different like your cable could have different capacities for charging, for data transfer. And I've been looking, so there's this little device, and I have a previous version of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like my synapse just started firing there. Like you bought like a circuit board.
Yeah.
Right?
So this is basically the next iteration of the device. Here, I'm gonna.
It's got a screen.
Yeah, it's got a screen. I'm gonna show it to you here. So it's got a little screen. It's hard. It's kind of hard to see. It's not a very good screen. Yeah. But you power it with the USB, and then you plug in. Hold on, I'm not prepared. Well, I wasn't prepared for video. I have another USB cable here. So you see this one right here. It's a nice braided cable. And you take this thing. It's called the BLE Caber QU. They need a marketing department. That name's horrible.
Blacker Q. Blacker Q.
Yeah, and then you plug the USB-C cable into each end, and then it does some testing. It's measuring, and then it tells you exactly. Well, this one that's obviously wrong. It says charging power 0 watts. It's not perfect. It's not perfect.
For 106 euros.
Yeah. So it supports 40 gigabit data transfer speeds, and it shows you right there on the little thing. And you can go through and see like exactly what pins it supports and all the different like protocols. Like this is a USB-C 4 cable. It also supports alternate mode. I'm not sure what that is. There's a book. And so, yeah, you plug a USB-C cable in, it tells you exactly what to expect from it. So whether it's a high capacity data cable, whether it's used for like fast charging. And you can find these on Amazon every once in a while. They have a store there, but they kind of sell out. And I actually got this on sale. Yeah, and it's just a cute little thing. I think it's handmade. Yeah, and it's just cute. You could test your USB-C cables. If you're worried about if you're using the right cable for the right thing like me, it's a great investment. Oops, I'm just knocking shit off my desk. Yeah. See? It's cute. We're cute. It's cute.
We're pretty tolerant about how we spend our money, and we don't judge. We listen and we understand. Mm-hmm. You really needed this to test your USB-C cables?
Yeah, I did.
Really needed this, Paul? You already had one.
But this one comes with a cute little case.
Now, how often will you be taking it out of that case now that you've tested your cables?
Whenever I get a new cable or I forget. So, Drew, you do not understand. So one of the things I did probably a couple months ago, you can't see it, it's off camera here, but I have this big white dresser back here. It's got 4 drawers. And it was just full of absolute shame. For the longest time.
Yeah, that's over there. That's over there on my shelf. Yeah. Okay.
So I bought some plastic totes, and I took everything out of there, and I sorted everything out, and I made the decision how many VGA cables does Paul need? The answer is 0. 0. But I had 4 or 5. I went through and I threw everything away, and I sorted everything, So like I have like a bin of like USB-C cables, like a one with like lightning and like other chargers, and what I have different color cable ties, and I went through and based off of what type of USB-C cable it is, I put a different cable tie on it.
Paul, we are not young men. We're not young men. Did you leave documentation for your spouse if you pass away with a different color cable ties mean?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
We're approaching an age where we might want to start thinking about that.
I'll be dead. That's her problem. She's just gonna take it all and throw it away. I don't need this shit.
She's gonna plug it. She's gonna plug it all in, and it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you get a screen protector? I see there's all kinds of options here.
Yeah, I bought the one with the kit with comes with the screen protector and the case and like a cable and stuff. So yeah, I bought the fancy one. For sure.
Of course
for
you
sure.
did.
Of course I did. I believe that's mostly because I wanted to buy it off Amazon because like I didn't want to ship it from overseas, and it was the only one they had in stock at the time. So
I gotcha. This is
but it's nice if you're anal, like if you're broken in a particular way that I am broken, and you really care about your USB-C cables, it's a great investment. And it's got a little app you connect with via Bluetooth.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
Wait, what?
Nope.
It's lighting up on my screen. How about now?
Nope. Swing and a miss. Did you pull out a cable or something?
No. It's detecting me.
Off to a good start, Riverside.
Yeah, really off to a great start.
You were great. I can't hear you at all.
Is my picture lighting up for you? I use chat. I used to chat. 99% uploading.
Did I do something wrong?
Instalink communications microphone. Oh, actually, I think I know what the problem is. Hang on. Boy, we're great.
Nope.
Mike.
That's not it.
You can't. Okay.
Drew's gone. Oh, there's a chat message. I don't know where the chat messages are. Chat. My stupid pic. Is my picture lighting up for you? Okay. Drew's back. Nope, still no sound.
It's lighting up for me. It might be on your end, buddy. I think it's on your end. It's lighting up for me. Yeah. Help. Public chat. Public chat.
I see your video. I see when you talk, I see the purple. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's me. I'll leave and rejoin.
Yeah. What's interesting is it doesn't let me change recording. Okay, so there's studio chat. Whisper backstage. I don't want to whisper to anybody. Mark clip. Okay, so it's my speakers are correct. My mic is correct. How about now?
I still can't hear you.
It's lighting up for me.
All right.
Check your speaker.
Okay. We're good. We're back. We're back in business.
What was it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean my little background was lighting up. It wouldn't let me change input sources while we're recording, which was interesting.
Yeah.
But
you actually sound a lot better now.
I think I know why. I think it was using my webcam camera before.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's all right. Okay.
But that's fine. I mean, we're learning, right? I mean, we've only been doing this for 3 fucking years. You think we would get our shit together?
Oh.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, okay.
We're
good
back
for
in
you.
business. We're back in
good
business.
for you on your new toy.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Are we ready to take a trip to Drew's computer corner?
I feel like this segment also needs a jingle, but you know.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that idea.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make AI make us a jingle. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, it's funny you mention AI because Drew's computer corner today is all about AI.
Oh, fancy.
So a couple episodes ago, I talked about that KVM switch that I got for connecting to. Yeah. So I could connect to my remote Linux machine, which I basically have, cannibalized every extra PC in my house, and I basically built a Linux development machine. Because one thing that I have discovered is that if you want to do any sort of generative AI locally, you need Linux.
Okay.
You just need Linux.
Why is that?
Well, because a lot of like the Python libraries are natively compiled for Python and Linux versus Windows. Getting shit to Windows requires a lot of workarounds. It's not great. Like I had it working on my Windows machine, but I was just like, I was hitting some weird bugs, and I spent a lot of time on like GitHub issues and reading about other people that had the problems. And they're like, yeah, it's because you're using like this Windows version versus the Linux version of this, like libgcc, et cetera, et cetera. So I just said, fuck it. Like I have extra stuff here. So, I threw Ubuntu on first, and then I eventually went to Fedora for reasons, because it's more close to Red Hat. And then once you get like the NVIDIA drivers installed and everything, which interestingly enough, like they installed automatically on Ubuntu, but Fedora was a little bit more time in the console. But everything works. Like every workflow that I download for Comfy UI, every model I download, everything just works better in Linux. And
okay.
and hey, I'm not opposed to that. I mean, a desktop Linux experience is not terrible. I've really become fond of the KDE Plasma experience. But having said all that, the KVM switch is good, but honestly, I need more native access to the computer. And what I don't want is I don't necessarily want to clutter up my office with multiple PC towers. So I made a decision. And the decision was to buy a rack and rack mount cases for my computers. Okay. Now, this is a story in two parts. So I did a little research, and essentially they make ATX compatible rack mount cases. I agree.
How many use are those? Because ATX power supplies are pretty chunky.
Well, I'm glad you asked. So originally, I bought this. Okay. It's a power spec 360 millimeter radiator 4U chassis.
Ooh. Those of you who don't know, basically 4U, the U is like how tall it is and how many slots in the rack effectively it uses.
Correct.
4 is big. Yeah.
So think about this though. Imagine that you have a modern ATX case and you tilt it 90 degrees. It has to be that big, right? Because you have GPUs and power supplies, and in my case, radiators for liquid coolers. Now, the premise here, and on the Micro Center website, you can't see it very well, but essentially, when you crack this thing open, there's like a bracket in there that can hold a 360 mil radiator, and then, you just basically throw the motherboard in there and throw everything in. The problem was, my graphics card was too big for this. It's too tall. 4U is not tall enough. Yeah, I had to go to a bigger 5U case for this.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the
huge.
one.
That's like a quarter of a rack.
Yeah. So this is the one that I wound up with. Okay. The Silverstone RM52.
Okay, RM52.
Now, on the Silverstone website, there are far more pictures of this thing.
Okay, yeah.
But you can see that it's pretty substantial.
It's big.
It's pretty fucking big, but it's not heavy. Because it's kind of empty space. And what's interesting about it is, again, it also has a bracket to hold up to a 360 millimeter radiator for an all-in-one cooler or whatever. It's got hardware in it for like stabilizing GPUs, because the nice thing about this case is that you can use it as a tower or you can use it as a rack mount. The unfortunate thing is that, because it's Silverstone, it has proprietary rails that I had to buy and all this other stuff. And I went on Amazon and I basically bought a 12U rack that is, strangely enough, the exact same height that I have my desk set to right now.
Okay.
And I racked the servers up. I threw a shelf with the two remaining slots.
You already had a rack though, right?
Well, I had a rack for my networking gear.
Okay.
But here's the thing though, and I'm glad that I did a little research on this, because when you go out to like Amazon and you search for rack mount, a lot of that stuff is designed for networking equipment and like audio equipment. A lot of them aren't deep enough for server racks, because the rails have like a minimum distance, and a lot of them, they need to be like 24, 25 inches deep or more. A lot of those little racks on Amazon are like 20 inches deep. So like when I was just going to buy the same rack that I already had, but I took my rails back to it and I'm like, why can't this doesn't work? Like I can't make the rails go small enough. Like because they expand and contract to meet different depths, right? But the minimum depth wasn't enough. So I had to find one that was like compatible. And honestly, I'm really disappointed in the one that I chose because it's level, but when stuff is mounted in it, like the pillars are not perpendicular to the ground, but it's somehow level. I have no idea. It pisses me off every time I look at the front of this thing. I'm probably gonna end up buying another rack, which these things are not cheap. They're $200-$300 a pop. And I want one with wheels because I have to have it. But that's what I ended up doing.
What? So where are you gonna? You get to take your rack on a walk, or like, why does it have to have wheels?
If I have to move it to clean behind it, or for cable management, right? Because the rack itself is pretty heavy, and once you throw 2 servers in there, like,
okay.
I mean, I'm a strong boy, but I'm not gonna slide this thing across my carpet.
Okay.
So I'll pay a little extra for the luxury of having some wheels on it. But I mean, maybe I will take it for a walk. You're not my dad.
Yeah, I am not. You are correct.
Yeah. So that's what I ended up doing, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. Like I have basically so I have my old PC thrown into one of these cases, and I have my Linux machine thrown into one of these cases, and essentially, I have a wireless keyboard and wireless mouse that I pull out, just like I do for the Mac when I want to use those things. And my current workflow is I just changed the input on my monitor. Now, that worked for about a day, but I have new problems. Okay?
You're making fun of me for buying a USB-C tester.
Just shut up. So, the problem number 1 is my Windows PC is in the bottom of the rack. And things like my webcam, the cord won't reach the USB-C port.
Yes, yeah.
So I decided to go buy a USB-C hub.
Okay.
Now, when I bought I was like, listen, I don't need something fancy, okay? So what I did is I went out to Amazon and I bought the P9, which I can't click on that link. I don't know why. Either.
I'm searching for it, yeah.
Yeah, P9 USB-C hub.
Okay. I had something similar to this before. Yeah.
Yeah. And you look at that and you're like, wow, okay, it's got a USB-C cable that I plug into my computer. It goes to this thing, and then I can plug in like my webcam or other stuff that isn't going to reach, just given the new lifestyle that I'm in here. That thing already got returned.
Okay.
Because, well, the cable, like the USB-C cable that plugs into the computer, is only like a foot long. That doesn't solve my problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't solve my problem.
Yeah.
And it's not like I can't unplug it and plug in a different one. It's like tied to it. So I'm like, okay,
it's all integrated.
Yeah. So I was like, good try. That's not going to work for me. So I went the nuclear option and I bought the Anker Prime docking station.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. This thing. Okay. So I want to talk about this thing. Yes, it's costly compared to the other one.
I mean, I'm currently using a Thunderbolt dock that costs not quite twice that, but more. Yeah. So I get it.
Now this isn't Thunderbolt. It's just regular USB-C.
Yeah.
Right. But what's nice about it is that it serves 2 purposes. One, it's a hub. So on the back, it has a bunch of USB-C ports and display ports if you wanted to connect monitors, right? So I think the primary use of this is like you would use this with like your laptop for external displays and all that other stuff. It's got a nice little LCD display on the front. The USB-C ports on the front are also charging. Nice. So even if my computer's off, they're powered. So even if my computer's off, I could plug in like my phones or whatever and charge on it. It's pretty good. Like it's a pretty nice little unit. It has a clock, which my desk there's no clocks in my office, so that's kind of a luxury that I didn't have before. I didn't have to check my phone every time for that. And then and again, the primary reason here is that when I was looking at similar devices, anything that had a removable USB-C cable, was at least $100 to $150. So I was like, fuck it, I'll splurge. I'll get Anker. I know it's nice, and so far it's good. I did have to install a driver for it to get the clock to work.
Okay.
Yeah, so funny enough, the clock is actually synced to your computer's time. It doesn't have its own internal clock, so you need to install like a driver for it to sync the clock, but otherwise it works out of the box. Like if I didn't want the clock, I could just fucking...
Now, I have a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
The knob on the side.
Yes.
A, what is that for? And B, how is the knob? How's the knob feel?
Here, let's do a real-time knob review. So I'm just gonna take my mic here. Okay, ready?
Ooh, nice click there. Nice click.
So what does the knob do? So the knob does a couple things. Number one, it lets you flip between different displays on it. Okay. So like the screensaver is the clock. So when nothing's happening or I'm not using it, it just defaults to the clock. But if I have things plugged into it, one of the displays that you can flip to is like what's plugged in, what's the current wattage, what is, how much power are you drawing? Okay. So that's that. Then one of the other displays is if you had monitors plugged into it, it basically has three little boxes. It says HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and then DisplayPort. It would tell you like what's connected, what's the refresh rate, what's the resolution, all that other stuff. And then there's this thing called performance mode that you can click into, and I don't really understand like what it does. It basically is like, because this thing has a built-in fan, so like if you had like a shitload of stuff plugged into it, it would have like an active cooling fan to use it. And then on any one of these screens, if you click the button, it would basically like go into like a little sub menu where there's a couple little options or shows you more info. And then of course there's like a settings tab that you can like, change a couple things, like, I don't know. But yeah, that's what the knob does. So you can flip between different things. I don't know how useful that is, but it's cool. I think it's kind of nice. So I got that, and then it came with a longer USB-C cord, but it wasn't long enough, so I had to buy a USB-C extension cord to plug into this, and everything seems like it's working. So that solves like my USB-C problems right now. But we're not out of the woods yet, because the bigger complaint that I have is that changing the display inputs on my monitor has proven very flaky.
Really?
Yes. So like sometimes, like when I want to flip over to my Linux machine, I would basically hit the button on the back of my monitor, pick HDMI 2, and it would flip over. And sometimes it flips over and stays, and sometimes it flips over and flickers, and sometimes it flips over but then flips back to Windows. I think this has something to do with the fact, I really truly think that it has something to do with NVIDIA, because it never happens on my Mac. If I flip over to HDMI 1, which is my Mac Mini, absolutely no problems. Now, what further fucks this up is like right now I have two monitors. I have one that's horizontal and one that's vertical. So like my layout is this, right?
Nerd.
What I have found is on the Linux machine, sometimes when I flip between the input modes, Linux is like, oh, that monitor's not here. It's actually over here. And they're not connected anymore. So like the mouse ends up over here and then like it can't get home. Linux, whatever. Like, I don't know. So
submit a pull request, you nerd. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So and then sometimes I get to a point where I'll try to, like, I'll switch over to Linux, it'll switch over. Everything's fine. Then I'll go switch back to Windows and it's just like, oh, I don't have a signal. No, you have a signal. So I have to like power cycle my monitor to get it to come back. Now, there's a weird combination here between like switching between HDMI and DisplayPort and multiple NVIDIA display adapters and multiple monitors. Like, it's just this perfect storm of shit. So the other thing that I've ordered that isn't here yet is another variant on a KVM, and it is the It's the third link there, which we can't click on in our dock for some reason.
It's I can't even select the text.
Yeah, I know. Let me get you a new link because it's important that you look at this one. So it's this. Did we break our dock or something?
I think so. There we go.
So this is the.
I got that. Got it.
So this is the triple monitor.
My goodness, Drew.
Yeah.
What the hell did you buy?
So this is an 8K, 4K triple monitor KVM switch, 3 monitors, 3 computers, and it has support for 2 DisplayPort and
because you need 3 inputs for each. Oh yeah, okay. It makes sense. It's still an abomination, but it is an abomination. Makes sense now.
Yeah, so basically what I'm hoping that this does, and for $80, I'm willing to take a risk. And remember that dollar figure for a minute.
I will.
So basically the idea will be I will plug all 3 computers, PC, Mac, and Linux, all into this. There will be basically 2 cables that come out of it.
Okay.
And the hope is that I can just push a button on this to flip inputs, and I'm sort of taking my monitor mode switching out of the. So now what's interesting is my desktop PC is connected via DisplayPort and supports 144 hertz. HDMI is only up to 120. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean when I flip between the different inputs here, or if this thing is just going to constantly send out 144 hertz or based on the input type. There's a lot of things that I don't fully understand about how this is going to work yet. But the hope is that my monitor, I don't have to switch inputs on my monitor. I can just push one of these buttons and immediately have a display from whatever. Now, all of these things vary wildly in price. But one thing I have noticed is that this is the model. There's 8 variants of this same device on Amazon made by different companies, ranging from anywhere from $60 to $200. Now, more ports, more money. But there's literally some in here that are just in a different color scheme that are slightly more money or slightly
probably the
less
same
money.
Chipset. They're just buying off a factory and putting a case on it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, they seem to be pretty well reviewed. Again,
it's got lots of Amazon stars.
Yeah, I mean it has pretty good reviews. It will show up next week, so I'll have we'll revisit this and see if it is working or not. But
Ernest Williams here, he hated it. 1 star.
Oh, what did Ernest say?
That's it. Hated it. This sucks. Hated it.
A few months later, it's dead in the water. Absolutely does not work. I used the provided cables and plug directly into my Mac M1. Nothing. Big disappointment. It's great if you wasting your money, Chaz.
Sometimes sometimes you get a dud, right? I
mean, for $80, what do you want? I mean, there are obviously much more high-end ones, but if it works, it works. Yeah. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and we'll see if it solves my problem. But that's what's happening now. So it's funny, when you talk about AI and stuff. That is primarily what I've been doing on this other computer. It has an NVIDIA 3090 in it, so I can run most models with a little bit of CPU offload. But I've been messing with computer vision stuff. I've been doing some audio stuff as well and trying to marry the two together. I like playing around in Linux. It's not necessarily my daily driver. And I already have a computer that I do most of my adult work on, which is my Mac. But having this sitting here next to me, it's also my Plex server. It's a bunch of other stuff. So it just kind of lives in my office now versus in my back cellar.
Nice.
So that's the thing. Now those cases were not cheap. So I'm definitely married to this now for the foreseeable future. But I will say my desk is much less clutter free because my Mac is on the shelf that I put in the rack. All my audio equipment is over there as well.
Okay.
So literally the only thing on my desk is my keyboard, the Anchor, my Stream Deck, my monitors, my keyboard, my mouse. That's it. Everything else is off my desk now, which is pretty nice.
Okay.
So I like that minimalist lifestyle.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So What other topics do we have? Because that's kind of all of them, right?
Yeah, we went through all the notes. Did you buy anything good for Black Friday? Besides everything you just listed?
None of this was a Black Friday purchase, unfortunately. I mean, I yes, I did, but it's not something I'm ready to talk about yet.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, it just got delivered. Some of the stuff I ordered just got delivered when we were recording. I heard Vito going crazy upstairs.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, so I haven't gotten either of these things yet, but I will share them with you.
Okay.
Do you want the thing that's a little embarrassing or the one that's really embarrassing first?
Dealer's choice, buddy. You go for it.
Okay. So obviously, as you can see, I have a vinyl collection. I like listening to vinyl records, and you have to keep your records clean. So
you have something for that.
Okay. Yes, I do. So I have a Humming Guru Nova ultrasonic record cleaner, and it works great. But they were like, hey, you know what? I gotta find the link. Here we go. Okay. You know what would make that even better? If there was some way to automatically fill the water tank. Because it's a process, right?
What? Okay. Your piss? Like, where does it?
Okay. So here's what happens, Drew. Okay. Here's how Pleb Paul has to do it today. Okay. So this device, it cleans and dries. Okay. So you have this little water tank. If it was closer, I'd grab it. And you fill this water tank up to a point, and you put a couple drops of surfactant, which basically reduces the surface tension, so the bubbles can get in there. Then you have to take that thing and you have to pour it into the cleaner. You have to pour it into the machine, and then it runs, so it cleans, and then it drains, and then it takes all the water out of the machine back into the tank so it can dry. So if you're cleaning multiple records, like usually like I'll clean like 4, 5, 6 records with the same water because I pre-clean them and stuff and whatever. So I bought, they are now selling this thing, the Humming Guru water dispenser, and it automates that process of putting the liquid back into the machine. So
but you still have to make the liquid.
Yeah, but I do it once. I do that once, and then I instead of this goes into where the water tank is, and then it handles all that other stuff for me. It just does it, so I can go in between. I go to the next record and just go. That is not the most embarrassing thing I bought.
Okay.
I
wouldn't call it embarrassing. You're streamlining the workflow. I get it.
Okay. So the other enemy. So dirt and vinyl, not a good thing. The other big thing you're fighting with is static electricity. Right? Okay. It's getting colder. The air is getting drier. Static electricity is getting worse. Right? Like you just like you take the record out of the sleeve, it just feels all crackly. It's good. Now I have the that little zero stat gun, which does work great. But
I love that thing.
Okay, but you do have to if you pull the trigger too quick, it doesn't work, and you have to. So I love automation, Drew. I love automation. I do too. I love machines that do things for me. So I ordered this.
A Tesla coil?
No.
Okay.
There's a link. There's a link.
Okay,
there.
Hold on. I was on the Humming Guru website.
Mm-hmm.
Orbit record static remover.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how this works is you put your record on your on the platter of your turntable, and you put this on top of the spindle. Then you push a button, and it rotates itself around the record, shooting negative ions, I don't know, science magic, at the record, makes 10 revolutions, and then stops. You take it off, and then you play your record. So one button, and it's rechargeable. It's got a little rechargeable battery, so you got to keep it charged. But you put this thing on top, and you just hit the button, and static on. Static on, Drew. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the pictures, right, it literally just hold on.
She thick though.
It's big. It's big. Yeah. It's like that tall. Yeah.
I can hear a difference in the low-level surface noise caused by the usual static charge that builds up on vinyl records from handling. Mm-hmm. I don't have any test equipment to test for the intensity of static charge before and after using the device, but sonically, I am pleased with the performance. I will provide an update should I procure the appropriate test equipment. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Lucian.
Now, if you
oh my god, I love some of these people's record players. This one that's made out of wood and has like the little leveling feet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's got to be expensive, right?
It can't. Yeah, probably. Yeah. There's some very high end equipment in those pictures of the user reviews. Yeah. I mean, my turntable's no slouch. My turntable's no slouch.
Yeah. If you got it, flaunt it, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
But yeah, so it's currently on a boat coming over from China. So yeah, we'll
prepare to be tariffed, son.
Yeah, have you gotten the "you owe tariffs" email from like DHL? Or I had that recently. What was it that I bought?
I've been pretty lucky, even with all of like my foreign gun stuff that I bought. A lot of that stuff, the distributor's been paying. I mean, I have been paying it in cost increases, but I haven't had to pay it directly.
Yeah, I got a DHL. I can't remember what I bought. Oh, I know what it was. It was hold on.
A Voltron. You bought a Voltron.
No.
Okay.
No, I have the. Okay.
I'm ready.
Maybe I'll put this on YouTube. So this is my Retro Pocket 5. This is my go-to emulation device.
Okay.
Well, Drew, hold on.
You got a new one, didn't you?
No, I didn't. It's hold on. I gotta figure out how to. Okay, so they sell this thing, and it adds another screen.
What does that do? So you can you like have a web browser open in it?
Yeah, or you can do dual screen emulation on it as well.
The thing you bought the transforming one for.
Yeah.
Do you have that one within arm's reach? I want to see what it looks like.
Hold on. I probably do. Where is it? I don't know where it is right now.
Okay.
Hold on.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'll find it.
Okay.
Where the fuck did I put it? I'll get up. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get up. Hold on.
Go ahead. Check that ass for me. Let me see what you're working with. Ooh, I like that. I see Skeletor and He-Man back there. Boy, he does have a lot of vinyl. I see Voltrons. All sorts of minifigs on top of that shelf. I do hope he puts the video on YouTube. Maybe Eric Darling will see I still have his shirts hung up in here. Okay, well, how'd we do?
My hair is askew. I have no idea where it is right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just describing all the things to our listeners that I saw on camera. I like your chair, by the way. That's the first time I saw that chair.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Is that still working out for you?
I love it. It's great. Like I can sit all day on my fat ass and no back pain. So yay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think after this weekend I'll be able to talk about my Black Friday purchases because they're not here yet, and I have to get everything assembled. That's 46 minutes of content. I think that's a good one to come back to, and you know, we're sort of kicking the tires on this new thing.
Yeah.
So does this do the same thing where it basically spits out one audio file?
Yeah, so I'll get, in theory, I'll get a combined audio track, and I'll get separate audio recordings, just like Libsyn. I'll get your track and my track separately, and that's what I'll use for the edit, because it just sounds better, and I can. And
then what about, will you get like a video feed?
I think so.
Maybe we publish to YouTube instead of them doing it for us.
Yeah, if it's easy to edit, and apparently I also can do like the editing in here. And supposedly you ever heard of a tool called Descript? So Descript is an audio editing tool. It's designed for podcasts, but how it works is
right up our alley.
So but how Descript works is you upload the audio and it transcribes it, and you edit the text. So if you want to cut out a section, you literally highlight the text and delete it.
Oh, and it just will be omitted.
Yeah, and then it knows what the audio is, and I think this does that too, which is also part of why I think they're doing the AI training. So like, if you want to change a word, you can change a word, and it just goes, I can make Drew say whatever I want to say.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see how that works.
Yeah.
So, what does this cost? Like compared to Libsyn.
Okay, so here's another reason. Libsyn is raising their prices.
Well, fuck that.
So, which I'm still going to use them for hosting, but if this works, I'm going to take that back down to the much lower plan that doesn't give us call connects. I don't need that anymore. So I'm getting it for 35% off. So it is what? I can do math. So for the first year, it's going to be $15 a month.
Okay. I mean, let me know if you want me to throw some money at that.
Yeah. But yeah, if this works, my plan is to take the Libsyn plan back down to where it was before, because we don't need that stuff. Honestly, I don't know. It's definitely fancier. I don't know if you've looked, but I can see like, oh, this is the name of your camera and what audio equipment you're using and how much you've uploaded. And yeah.
I mean, I think we're still uploading chunks. We're just not calling it chunks.
Yeah. Oh no, my chunks will still be there, but yeah. I'm curious to see how it goes. So yeah, we'll find out on Sunday.
Yeah. The last thing to mention here is this is episode 298. We need to get on the stick for. We need to get on the stick for what we're gonna do.
I know.
I still haven't decided, but I don't have to travel the rest of this month. I thought I was gonna have to travel for work, but I don't. So I'll be around.
I am traveling next week.
Oh, you're going to Gartner, right?
I'm going to the Gartner conference in Las Vegas. I'll be home like late Thursday. Technically Friday morning, but if you record on Friday, I'll be fine.
Well, you might be tired. Maybe we'll do Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, Friday would totally work, or Saturday.
Where you stay? Where are you staying in Vegas?
At the Palazzo, part of the Venetian Resort.
Yeah. Is the conference at the Venetian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where we had. I was out there in January for a conference, and we stayed there too. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. As far as conference centers goes, it's fine. Nice place to stay. Casino's not horrible.
Are you going to go back to the Sphere?
They're like doing like a Wizard of Oz thing, and that's just not. That's not
you.
It's not my thing.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Plus, it's also going to be cold in Vegas again, and I don't want to go outside. Gross.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Outside is gross. But, all right, get us out of here, dude.
Yeah, doingtheirbest.com. You can find all of the hot links we talked about. Hey, maybe this video will be on YouTube. Who knows?
Maybe.
And thanks for listening.